trying to get back in the swing of things. It's the 92 Celine, working on that. It's a client project. And 23's been a little bit of a challenge. I guess that last year you've noticed there's not been as many releases on the channel. And that's due to my personal health. Things are a lot better. And for those who have stuck around, I appreciate that. What you're about to see is for the Purist crowd who likes to see within brand swaps. I know several of you have found this channel due to the 93 Cobra that I featured. It has a full S550 drivetrain in it and interior swap, paddle shift. It's pretty sweet. You can check out that video. One of the largest viewing videos on the channel, of course. This falls in that camp. To me, that's the kind of Purist you're gonna stay true to the brand. This truck is a family heirloom from a good buddy of mine, Matt, which I've known almost a decade now. He's the one that did the interior on Almost 4 and has repaired stuff for me and other cars. He has a website, f100seats.com. You got to check that out. It's really great. If you got dent side trucks, Ford trucks from that era. And guys, he's got a lot of great products. He's got great vision. He's got great stuff. You need to check that out. It's in the description below. So I went for a ride with him. This is a family heirloom truck. It was his pop's truck that he rode in around on the farm and inherited it. And I guess this is its third iteration in this video. And I think there's a fourth one now. It actually has a Godzilla motor in it that we'll have to follow up with this video with that, because Matt's got a great eye for detail and he's also got great taste, in my opinion. So enjoy this as we go for a ride in Pop's truck.
Dirty glory.
How you use it. That's what's great.
Still leaf sprung, but it has airbags on the rear as helper bags. So if I've got a trailer on it, or if we're hauling hay on the back, it can handle it.
It's cool that you actually use it for. Well, I mean, you do have animals and farm. So.
Yeah. The whole thought behind this truck was it needs to be something I can use. I'll never get rid of this thing. So,
yeah, this was family heirloom, right?
This is my grandfather's truck. I grew up in this thing.
It didn't look like this one.
No, there's very little of it that still looks the same, and nobody would notice it but me. But
well, it was white, if I remember right.
It was white with a red interior.
Oh wow, yeah.
It was a white short bed, short cab F100 with a red interior. I put it on a 1-ton chassis. We used it as a truck growing up, and I wanted to continue using it as a truck. I figured just bite the bullet, and I looked for about a year, found a running, driving 1-ton donor, and pulled the chassis out from underneath of it, swapped everything over. We used it that year and kept it in the barn over the winter. And I couldn't get it out because it was too muddy, so decided the next spring I needed to put it in the garage up at the house, cut the 12-foot bed down, built a new 9 feet 8-inch bed on it. I cut 21 inches off the back of the frame, and now it barely fits in the garage, but it does fit. But if the bed's off, it really needed a paint job. It had 3 scratch and spray jobs on it already, so took it down to bare metal, repainted it. I wanted to build it one more time and never do it again. So, do I build it back the way it was when Pop had it? It already had a beautiful red interior in it. Or do I build it for me and I'll never get rid of it? I like anything green, so I knew this is a factory color, just not factory to the year or to the truck. So we did that two-tone. It's limestone green metallic over Wimbledon white. So we painted it and just snowballed the whole thing. Built the bed for it. Redid the interior again.
Did you do the first one, the red one?
I did.
You did?
I did, yeah. When I got it after Pop passed away, short bed, short cab F100, I lowered it down, changed the wheels on it, and I like all sorts of stuff, but it just didn't feel right in this truck, because that's not how I remember it.
Right.
So it's going to stick around, but it'd be cool to have it where I could use it, and all that worked out pretty well. It had a straight six with a C6 in it. It did good, and it cruised on down the road, but I started having some carburetor issues. I fought those for a while. I'm an interior guy, I'm not an engine guy. Couldn't find anybody to help me with that. And then it ran out of gear.
Oh yeah, on the interstate.
Driving down the interstate.
Yeah, I bet. Nowadays, even with my little Tahoe, everybody's doing 80.
Yeah.
You know, they're flying it. I can only imagine a truck that's 40 or 50 years old trying to keep up with modern traffic on the interstate.
Yeah.
Steering and suspension, yeah.
So,
did you do the air ride at that point too? It was all that when you did the frame swap. Did you do that?
So I did the air ride. I had a set of 16-inch wheels on it, and then I had a set of 19.5s built for it, and it rode so bad. It was so awful. I did the air ride in an attempt to get it to ride better, and ultimately I just wound up ditching the 19.5s and the 14-ply tire that was on them.
Well, that didn't help, I'm sure.
Yeah. So I ditched those and went back to a 17, actually.
It rides really good. I mean, for a truck.
For a one-ton truck, it doesn't ride bad.
Yeah, it rides better than my Tahoe. And it's got IFS, independent front suspension. So.
Don't knock on the I-beams. This was the best.
Oh yeah, it was
back then.
It was. It's absolutely true. It was basically independent front suspension the way it was set up.
Yeah.
I-beams in a sense.
And it's still on I-beams. It wasn't broke. I didn't see a reason to change it. It still uses a lot of off-the-shelf parts, and when I decided to repower it, that was the goal, was use as many off-the-shelf parts, so 10, 20 years down the road, I can go to O'Reilly's or, any shop and buy parts off the shelf to fix something if I need to.
Trailer service or whatever. Heck yeah, this is the way I'm going.
Let's see, we'll run it this way real quick, and then we'll hit the Waffle House.
Giggling like a schoolgirl.
But it'll get down when it needs to.
Yeah. It's really weird to see the hood and hear the supercharger whine.
Yeah.
It's just because I grew up around horses and farms and that kind of stuff, and that's not what you heard these trucks do.
No.
At all. Now you got tachometer, all that works too.
It's all Dakota digital gauges, retro sounds radio.
That's so cool.
sport mode.
Yeah. Sleeper?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we still have an open rear end, but it's got a pair of 285s on each side in the back, so it hooks pretty decent. It still makes all the cool old truck noises, squeaks and rattles.
Yeah, you can't drive anything pre-1990 and it not have a rattly door, or truck especially. That's so awesome.